Hello, fellow YouTubers, this is Yuto Moses here to give you my review for the movie, The Dark Knight Rises! So several years after the events of the last movie, Bruce Wayne tries to retire as Batman when he lost Rachel and the whole city of Gotham has considered him to be an enemy. A new villain arises known as Bane, a terrorist leader who plans on taking over Gotham City only to wipe out the entire place off the face of the earth. So, I think The Dark Knight Rises was better than the last movie, which says a whole fucking lot considering that I praised the last film in jizz. I mean, I called it my all-time favorite movie, for God's sake. And for The Dark Knight Rises, I don't have any words to describe this masterpiece.
Schmoobly dong? That's not it, but it's close.
And when I said that the last movie was like a war throughout the film, The Dark Knight Rises had much more of a warlike feel than the last film because of so much stuff that's going on between different characters in the movie, and on top of that, you literally have two wars going on in Gotham City. And a lot of people had been saying, and this is before I went in to watch Rises, that this is the best performance of the main cast's career, like saying, this is Michael Caine's best performance of his career, or this is Christian Bale's best performance. And in a way, it is, because for some of the actors like Christian Bale as Batman, he goes to unbelievable lengths just to try and stop Bane, and he almost kills himself just to try and do so. And Michael Caine as Alfred Pennyworth, he was just emotionally draining in every scene he's in because the character can't stand to watch Bruce die to try and save all of Gotham. Now, on to Tom Hardy as Bane. He was extraordinary because he isn't playing the muscle-bound Mexican wrestler that we knew from everything else we saw Bane as. He's, as he described himself in the movie, to be pure, unnecessary evil, and just wants to destroy everything in his path for the sake of replenishing the earth or something. I just know that he was excommunicated from the League of Shadows. And with that said, he proves to be a greater threat than the Joker, and even though he is that, I don't think he's going to get that Oscar or even a nomination because he's not as colorful a character as the Joker and the actor didn't die playing the part. And I just don't know if that has to do with anyone's performance, but I really liked Tom Hardy in the part. And when we saw him first fought Batman in one scene, we just know that Batman was doomed when the music stops and he just lays punches to Bane. He left Batman not only physically beaten, but also mentally, emotionally, and financially, believe it or not. And Anne Hathaway as Catwoman, she was really kick-ass during the fight scenes with her and Batman against Bane's henchmen. And what I'm relieved of her is that she doesn't throw around cat puns at all, which is one of my complaints about Catwoman in any adaptation. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt as the police officer, or Bruce Wayne's friend Blake, I like the strong relationship between them because he actually knows his identity. Now, Chris Nolan, he was as committed as he was with The Dark Knight when he was making the third installment, and I liked all the elements that he included into the movie, even though it may seem goofy on paper. When he puts it up on the screen, it just looks awesome. And another thing is that he adds so much emotion to the story and characters, and even throws twists and turns at every corner that makes you believe in one thing or another, even before you can predict what would happen. And the new vehicle that Lucius Fox throws for Bruce Wayne is called the Bat. Not like the Batwing or the Batcopter, but just the Bat. And when I saw that in the preview, I thought the freaking Bat Tumbler grew rockets out of its ass. So, during the last resolution, I thought I was going to cry at the last couple scenes of the movie. Or at least I would've if the rowdy Rugrats behind my seat didn't started talking during the parts. So, people say that third installments in trilogies or series are said to be darker than the others, but only end up disappointing you at the end. And The Dark Knight Rises does not disappoint you. I give this my 5 full stars. This is the most satisfying conclusion to a trilogy or series in history since The Lord of the Rings. I give my mad props not just to the director and actors, but to the writers, editors, cinematographers, and every other small compartment crew members that was involved with this masterpiece. I hope it doesn't produce another movie because the Chris Nolan Batman trilogy is perfect. So, that's all I got to say. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back a bit later. Until then, this is Yuto Moses, signing out.